Chapter 1. The Mysterious Attic. The summer sun beat down on the quiet suburban street, casting a warm glow over Lily's grandmother's house. Lily, Max, Mia, and Ethan, the inseparable quartet of friends, were excitedly gearing up for their much-awaited summer adventure. Each of them brought their own unique spirit to the group. Lily, with her boundless curiosity and love for exploring. Max, the adventurous spirit always seeking new challenges. Mia, the creative and imaginative one. And Ethan, the thoughtful observer and budding photographer. As the final school bell rang, marking the official beginning of summer vacation, the four friends gathered on Lily's porch, their spirits high and their plans grand. This summer was special because they had decided to spend it together at Lily's grandmother's house. Lily's grandmother, a sprightly woman with a twinkle in her eye, had regaled them with tales of her childhood adventures in the very same house they were about to explore. With a sense of excitement buzzing in the air, they pushed open the creaky front door and stepped into the cool, dimly lit hallway. The house smelled of history, carrying whispers of days gone by. Lily's grandmother had left them with a promise that there was a treasure trove waiting to be discovered in the attic. None of them could resist the lure of mystery, and so they climbed the narrow staircase, their footsteps echoing against the wooden steps. At the top of the staircase, they faced an old wooden door, slightly ajar. Lily reached out and pushed it open, revealing a world frozen in time. The attic was a vast expanse of forgotten memories, its corners hidden beneath layers of dust and the remnants of years gone by. Piles of dusty boxes lay scattered around, each one holding secrets from the past. The children exchanged excited glances, knowing that their summer was about to take an unexpected turn, as they were about to embark on a journey of discovery unlike any they had experienced before. Lily's grandmother's house seemed to hold secrets at every turn. As the quartet stepped into the attic, a hushed awe settled over them. Sunlight streamed through a cracked window, casting soft beams that illuminated the dancing dust particles suspended in the air. The air was thick with nostalgia, and the room felt like a time capsule, preserving fragments of lives long lived. Drawn by the allure of forgotten treasures, the children fanned out across the attic, their eyes wide with wonder. Max's adventurous spirit led him to a stack of old wooden crates, the faded words "toys" and "keepsakes" barely visible on their sides. As he pried open the first crate, a cloud of dust erupted, sending him into a fit of coughing. But he hardly seemed to notice as his eyes locked onto the treasures within. Dolls with porcelain faces peered out from within the box, their dresses and bonnets still retaining their faded elegance. Mia's fingers traced the edges of an intricately carved music box, its once vibrant colors now muted by time. She turned the tiny key gently, and a melancholic melody began to play, filling the attic with a haunting beauty. Ethan, the ever-curious photographer, wandered towards a pile of vintage photographs scattered on a rickety table. He picked up a faded photograph and marveled at the smiling faces frozen in time. These faces, though strangers, seemed to beckon him to tell their stories, to give them a voice through his lens. Meanwhile, Lily's gaze fell upon an old leather-bound diary. Its pages yellowed and its cover cracked. She opened it carefully, revealing the cursive writing of a young girl from another era. The diary was a portal into this girl's world, detailing her dreams, her heartaches, and the everyday adventures that had once filled her days. As the friends uncovered these fragments of the past, an unspoken connection formed between them. Their shared reverence for the forgotten items and the stories they held drew them closer together. They realized that they were no longer just exploring an attic. They were unearthing a history that had long been shrouded in silence, and in doing so, they were creating a bridge between their own lives and the lives that had come before. The attic's dim light seemed to reveal its treasures reluctantly, as if the items had been waiting patiently for someone to rediscover them. Lily, Max, Mia, and Ethan moved cautiously, as if afraid their excitement might disrupt the delicate balance of time that hung in the air. Lily's fingers brushed against the edges of a worn-out cardboard box, its corners frayed from years of neglect. With a sense of anticipation, she lifted the lid, revealing a jumble of forgotten toys. The colorful array of dolls, action figures, and board games seemed frozen in their own stories, waiting for someone to breathe life back into them. Max's eyes lit up as he spotted a weathered treasure map nestled among the toys, a promise of adventure and mystery. Mia's gaze fell upon a stack of dusty books, their covers adorned with faded illustrations. She picked up an old fairy tale book, and as she opened its pages, the scent of yellowed paper wafted into the air. The tales within had been read countless times, and now they were entrusted to her to be shared anew. Ethan, always a keen observer, stumbled upon a box of vintage photographs. Each photograph captured a fleeting moment in time, frozen smiles, and forgotten landscapes. His fingers traced the contours of faces he would never meet, and he wondered about the stories these photographs held. As they explored further, they stumbled upon a chest filled with intricate puzzles and trinkets, a collection of forgotten curiosities waiting to challenge their minds and ignite their creativity. The attic had become a treasure trove of not just objects, but of memories, stories, and the shared experiences of those who had once owned these items. With every discovery, their connection to the past deepened. The attic had become a bridge, linking their lives to the lives that had come before. In this forgotten realm, they found a common purpose: to bring these treasures back to life, to uncover the stories behind them, and to weave their own stories into the tapestry of history. And as they did so, they forged a bond that transcended time, drawing strength from the past and finding inspiration for the future. Chapter 2. Rediscovering the Past. The attic's treasures beckoned to the children, each item whispering a tale of its own. With a sense of purpose, they each selected an artifact that resonated with them, drawn to the stories hidden within. Lily's fingers brushed against the worn leather cover of an old diary. As she opened its pages, delicate handwriting filled with dreams and emotions greeted her. The diary had belonged to a girl named Emily, who had lived in the very house they were now exploring. Lily felt an instant connection to the young girl's words, as if her thoughts were reaching out across time to find a kindred spirit. Max's eyes landed on an antique compass resting on a velvet cushion. Its brass casing showed signs of age, but its needle still pointed true. Max picked it up and felt a surge of excitement. This compass seemed to call to his adventurous heart. He imagined the journeys it might have guided, the uncharted territories it had helped navigate. Holding it in his hand, Max felt a sense of purpose, as if he had inherited the spirit of exploration from the compass's past owners. Mia's gaze fell upon an ornate music box with intricate carvings. She carefully turned the winding key and listened as a sweet melody filled the air. The music box seemed to hold not only a tune, but also the hopes and dreams of someone who had cherished it dearly. Mia's creative soul resonated with the music's melancholic beauty, and she knew that the stories behind this box were waiting to be told. Ethan's eyes were drawn to a vintage camera nestled in a velvet-lined case. The camera's leather was cracked and its metal parts showed signs of wear, but it still held an air of elegance. As he held the camera, Ethan imagined the scenes it had captured, the laughter, the tears, the fleeting moments frozen in time. He felt a kinship with the people who had once looked through its viewfinder, capturing memories that had stood the test of time. With their chosen artifacts in hand, the children's bond with the past grew stronger. They realized that these items were more than just objects. They were gateways into the lives of those who had come before. And as they delved deeper into the stories behind their treasures, they discovered a shared journey of uncovering the past and weaving it into the fabric of their own lives. With their chosen artifacts in hand, the children's excitement transformed into a quest for knowledge. Each was determined to unveil the stories concealed within their treasures, and so they embarked on individual journeys of discovery. Lily sat cross-legged on her bed, the old diary open before her. She traced her fingers over the fading ink, reading the words that had been penned decades ago. Emily's life unfolded on the pages, her dreams, her friendships, her heartaches. Lily was captivated by the emotional depth of the diary's entries and felt as though she were living Emily's experiences alongside her. Max spent hours in the town's historical society, poring over maps, documents, and journals. He discovered that the antique compass had once belonged to a fearless explorer who had embarked on daring expeditions to uncharted lands. Max's heart raced as he imagined the compass leading the way through jungles, across deserts, and over turbulent seas. He began to feel a profound connection to the spirit of adventure that had once guided its previous owner. Mia visited the local library, where she uncovered a trove of information about music boxes and their significance in history. She learned that the intricate patterns on the box's surface told a story of craftsmanship and creativity. As Mia immersed herself in the world of music and artistry, she found herself inspired to create her own melodies, weaving the echoes of the past into her own compositions. Ethan's camera became a tool for exploration as he embarked on a journey to develop the undeveloped film he had found. In a dark room, he carefully developed the photographs, watching as the images slowly materialized on the paper. Faces, places, and moments emerged from the shadows, and Ethan realized that these captured memories were a testament to the fleeting nature of time and the importance of preserving moments that might otherwise be forgotten. As the children delved deeper into their research, they discovered that the past was not just a collection of stories, it was a tapestry of emotions, experiences, and connections. With each revelation, they felt a stronger bond, not only with their chosen artifacts, but also with the people who had once held them. And in their pursuit of understanding, they found themselves becoming part of the ongoing narrative, weaving their own stories into the rich fabric of history. As the children continued their journey of discovery, the past began to unfold before them like a series of interconnected stories, each artifact revealing a different chapter in the lives of those who had once owned them. Lily's exploration of Emily's diary led her to visit the local retirement home, where she met an elderly woman who had known Emily when they were both young. With a sparkle in her eyes, the woman recounted tales of their childhood adventures, painting a vivid picture of Emily's spirit and character. Through her stories, Lily gained a deeper understanding of the girl who had filled the diary with her hopes and dreams. Max's fascination with the compass led him to meet a historian who had researched the daring explorer who once owned it. Over cups of tea and old maps, the historian shared tales of the explorer's courageous journeys into the unknown, highlighting the challenges he faced and the friendships he forged along the way. Max felt a connection with the spirit of adventure that had guided the compass and the explorer's unyielding determination. Mia's exploration of the music box took her to the local community center, where she met a talented pianist who had once played alongside the owner of the music box during their youth. With delicate fingers dancing over the keys, the pianist played a tune that had once resonated in the halls of the past. Mia felt a sense of unity with the generations before her, realizing that the melodies they had cherished were still alive in the hearts of those who remembered them. Mia's exploration of the music box took her to the local community center, where she met a talented pianist who had once played alongside the owner of the music box during their youth. With delicate fingers dancing over the keys, the pianist played a tune that had once resonated in the halls of the past. Mia felt a sense of unity with the generations before her, realizing that the melodies they had cherished were still alive in the hearts of those who remembered them. Ethan's pursuit of the camera's history led him to the town's photography club, where he connected with experienced photographers who had once known the camera's previous owner. Through their anecdotes and shared experiences, Ethan gained insight into the life of a passionate photographer who had captured moments of joy, love, and growth. He felt a responsibility to honor the legacy of those who had used the camera before him. With each revelation, the children's connection to the past deepened. They realized that the artifacts they held were not just objects, but vessels of memory and emotion. Through the stories of those who had come before, they learned about the universal themes of love, friendship, courage, and the fleeting nature of time. And as they absorbed these lessons, they discovered that their own stories were becoming intertwined with the narratives of the past, forming a bridge that transcended generations. Chapter 3: Connecting Through Time. Lily's fascination with Emily's diary became an all-consuming journey into the past. With each turn of the yellowed pages, she felt as if she were stepping into the shoes of the young girl who had penned her thoughts so long ago. The diary revealed a world that had once thrived within the very walls of Lily's grandmother's house. Through Emily's words, Lily gained insight into the rhythm of daily life, the simple joys of exploring the garden, the anticipation of holidays, and the camaraderie of friendships formed on the playground. She marveled at the way Emily's experiences mirrored her own, despite the years that separated them. As the pages turned, the diary unveiled the dreams that had filled Emily's heart. Lily could almost feel the butterflies in Emily's stomach as she wrote about her aspirations, her hopes of making a difference, and the endless possibilities that stretched before her. The diary became a window into Emily's ambitions, her yearning to create something meaningful, and her determination to leave a mark on the world. Yet the diary also held accounts of challenges faced by Emily: a falling out with a close friend, moments of self-doubt, and the uncertainties of growing up. Lily felt a kinship with Emily's struggles, realizing that even across the years, the emotional landscape of adolescence remained remarkably similar. As Lily became engrossed in the diary, she found herself sharing in Emily's laughter and wiping away tears at her moments of sorrow. Emily's voice, though faint, resonated strongly with Lily, drawing her into a world where the past seamlessly merged with the present. The diary became a testament to the power of storytelling, bridging the gap between generations and showing that the human experience, with all its complexities, was timeless. With each entry, Lily felt the weight of Emily's emotions, as if the young girl's heart were beating alongside her own. And as she turned the final page, Lily realized that through the diary, she had not only uncovered the life of a girl who had lived in the house years ago, but had also forged a connection that transcended time, allowing her to walk in the footsteps of another heart. Max's fascination with the antique compass led him down a path of exploration that would uncover the town's hidden history. Following the compass's arrow, he found himself standing outside the doors of the town's small historical museum, a building that seemed to hold the echoes of the past. Inside, Max met Mr. Thompson, a seasoned historian with a twinkle in his eye. As Max explained his quest to learn more about the compass's previous owner, Mr. Thompson's face lit up. He gestured for Max to follow him, and they entered a room filled with dusty tomes, maps, and artifacts. With an aura of excitement, Mr. Thompson regaled Max with tales of the town's past, a time when explorers set out to map uncharted territories, when adventurers embarked on quests for treasure, and when the spirit of discovery permeated every corner. Max listened intently, as the historian shared stories of daring expeditions, brave individuals who had left their mark on the town, and the struggles and triumphs that had shaped their journeys. Mr. Thompson's stories wove a vivid tapestry of a bygone era, and Max realized that the compass he held had once guided one of these intrepid explorers. The compass's faded patina held traces of the countless landscapes it had traversed, the rugged terrain it had helped navigate, and the dreams it had carried. Max felt a deep sense of connection to those who had come before, a shared spirit of adventure that spanned generations. As Mr. Thompson shared accounts of explorers who had walked the same streets, gazed upon the same landscapes, and navigated the same rivers, Max saw the town with new eyes. He began to understand the significance of the compass, not just as a tool for navigation, but as a link to a time when the town had been a hub of exploration and discovery. With each story, Max's own sense of adventure swelled. He realized that the compass had chosen him for a reason, to continue the legacy of those who had once embraced the unknown, to chart new paths, and to honor the spirit of exploration that had shaped his town's history. And as he left the museum that day, Max knew that he carried not just an artifact, but a responsibility to carry on the legacy of those who had once dared to dream and venture into the uncharted territories of the world. Ethan's journey with the vintage camera led him to a small photography studio, where an experienced photographer named Mrs. Williams greeted him with a warm smile. As he handed her the undeveloped roll of film, a sense of anticipation filled the air. Mrs. Williams promised to develop the photos and invited Ethan to return in a few days. When the moment finally arrived, Ethan returned to the studio to collect the developed photographs. With each image that emerged from the printer, he felt a surge of emotion, a glimpse into the past that had been frozen in time. The photographs portrayed scenes of joy, laughter, and camaraderie. Families gathered around dining tables, children playing in the streets, friends sharing stories by the fireplace, all captured through the lens of the camera. The images seemed to radiate the essence of the moments they had captured, as if the emotions of the past were still tangible. Ethan shared the photographs with Lily, Max, and Mia, and together they embarked on a journey of interpretation. As they huddled around the images, a chorus of voices emerged, each one weaving stories about the people in the photographs. They speculated about the relationships, the adventures, and the stories that had unfolded before and after the shutter had clicked. The photographs sparked conversations about the importance of preserving memories, the way photographs held fragments of lives, the way they served as windows into the emotions and connections of the past. The friends realized that while the world around them was constantly changing, the significance of memories remained constant. Just as they were delving into the history of the objects they had found, the photographs were a testament to the importance of cherishing the moments that shaped their own lives. As they pored over the photographs, Lily, Max, Mia, and Ethan felt an immense gratitude for the camera that had captured these fleeting moments. They understood that through the power of photography, they could continue the tradition of preserving memories, ensuring that the stories of today would be cherished by future generations. And as the images united them with the past, they were reminded that while time may move forward, the memories they held dear would forever remain alive through the stories they told and the photographs they shared. As summer drew to a close, the children found themselves drawn back to Lily's grandmother's house, the attic having become a place of wonder and revelation. Each of them had journeyed through the artifacts, connecting with the lives and stories of those who had come before. Now they stood together, a bond forged through the threads of history and their shared experiences. Lily shared the heartfelt musings of Emily's diary, the words of a girl who had once called the house home. Max recounted the tales of exploration and adventure he had learned from Mr. Thompson, the historian who had brought the compass's past to life. Mia's music box played a tender melody as she spoke about the pianist who had shared memories of the tunes that once echoed through the town. Ethan's camera displayed photographs that stirred emotions and sparked conversations about the importance of preserving memories. As each story unfolded, the children realized that these seemingly disparate narratives were intricately woven together through time. They saw that the lives of Emily, the explorer, the musician, and the people in the photographs were connected by the very artifacts they held in their hands. These stories were not isolated fragments. They were threads that had woven a tapestry of lives, experiences, and connections that spanned generations. With each retelling, the children discovered that the stories of the past had become a part of their own stories. They had not just uncovered artifacts, they had uncovered the human experiences that connected them to people who had once walked the same streets, dreamt the same dreams, and cherished the same moments. Through their exploration, they had forged bonds that transcended time, linking their lives to the lives that had come before. As they stood in the attic, holding their chosen artifacts, Lily, Max, Mia, and Ethan felt a profound sense of gratitude. They realized that the past was not confined to history books. It was alive in the memories they had uncovered, in the stories they had shared, and in the connections they had formed. And as they looked ahead to the future, they knew that they were now part of the ongoing tapestry, contributing their own stories to the intricate fabric of time.